They took everything from us. Our pride, our dignity, everything we feared had come to pass. Our dreams shattered. Our hope gone. It was the lowest of the low. We reached rock bottom. So, we trained. We dreamed of a day. A day far in the future. A day when revenge would come. And we would rise again. And that day is today. Last time on Chinese Football Z, our heroes displayed a promising performance in the Panda Cup. With their attention now firmly on the U23 Asian Cup and the senior team finally showing some direction, can the national team rise again? Find out on this scintillating episode of Chinese Football Z. The U23 Asian Cup. Last time this tournament happened, China had a promising performance but ultimately got grouped after facing South Korea, the UAE, and eventual champions Japan. In that edition, China called up a squad of promising youngsters, some of whom are current mainstays in the senior squad, including Hu Hetao, Bahram Abdulwali, Xie Weneng, and a then 17-year-old Wang Yudong. At this point, China had never made it past the group stage of the tournament, and this time around, with another promising squad, it was the perfect chance to finally do something in this tournament. Fast forward to January of 2026. After a Panda Cup performance that fell short but showed promise, China focused its efforts on the U23 Asian Cup. The squad once again included players who already featured for the senior team like Hu Hetao, Umijan Yusuf, Liu Haofan, Bahram Abdulwali, Huai Jiwen, and starboy Wang Yudong. But on top of those guys, we also had some up-and-coming talents. This included Xu Bin, a defensive midfielder for Qingdao West Coast and Wolverhampton Wanderers' latest bid to save their season. Xiang Yuwang, striker and captain of Chongqing Tonglianglong, the club that at this point might as well be considered the national team's youth academy. I'm very excited to see them play in the CSL, by the way. Alex Young, a defender who spent his youth career in Spain and recently moved back to China. Mao Weijie, who has already featured and scored for Dalian Yingbo, and goalkeeper Li Hao. We'll come back to them later. China started their first game against Iraq really well, getting several dangerous chances. It's just a shame that either we hit our shots straight at the goalkeeper, got them off target, or had them fall to defender Alex Young. But in the second half, the Young Dragons lost their attacking momentum, and for the rest of the game, they were saved by a fantastic performance by goalkeeper Li Hao. Not the best way to start our tournament, but hey, there's still 2 games to figure things out. China's next game would be against Australia, who we had faced in the qualifiers. Back then, both teams would qualify with a draw, so no one actually had any incentive to try. Which unsurprisingly led to the most boring snooze fest I have ever seen. This time around though, with knockout qualification on the line, China would go all out. Apparently though, all out in Chinese means giving Australia all the momentum, and we were lucky they were taking shots at Chang'e the entire half. Our best chance came in the 43rd minute when Wang Yudong sent a free kick in the box, the loose ball falls to defender Peng Xiao, who scores a beautiful half volley, and China take the lead. Trying to hold onto their lead, China began deploying prime Haram ball in the second half. 62nd minute, James O'Furry is sent through. He cuts back to Nathaniel Blair, but his shot is pushed away by Li Hao. Just a minute later, The ball is loose in the box and it's a certain goal, but Li Hao pulls off the save of the tournament. In stoppage time, Australia looked to have equalized off a cross from the right, but a VAR review decides it's a handball and the goal is called off. China have shocked Australia to top the group and are in a great position to qualify for the knockouts. To qualify for the next round, all China would have to do was avoid losing to Thailand. And as we have done the whole tournament, we played prime Harambal. 39th minute, off a tie corner, Beram almost scores an own goal, but Li Hao is there to parry it away. On the stroke of halftime, Thailand almost scored from a cross, but Li Hao tips it over the bar. 57th minute, Zhang Aihui loses track of his man and Thailand nearly scored, but Li Hao is there again to stop it. Finally, China would have a few opportunities in the dying moments of the game, but none would ever find the back of the net, and the score stays at 0-0. We'll take it though, because that means for the first time in its history, China has made the U23 Asian Cup knockouts. In the quarterfinals, China would face a familiar rival, Uzbekistan. And if you'll remember, we faced this team back in the Panda Cup. This time though, with much more at stake, both teams would throw everything they had into the game. Only 7 minutes gone, Uzbekistan volley a loose ball off a corner and it rattles off the crossbar. 20th minute, Uzbekistan try their luck from long distance, but Li Hao is there to parry it away. 42nd minute, Uzbekistan try again, but once again it's pushed away by Li Hao. No matter what Uzbekistan threw his way, time and time again, Li Hao would not let anything get past him. Finally, after 120 minutes of prime terrorism ball from China, we held on for the penalty shootout. First up is Captain Liu Haofan, and he shows Harry Maguire how to take a pen. First for the Uzbeks is Bakramov, and he sends our hero the wrong way. Next for China is Peng Xiao, and while it's odd to have the CDs take the first penalties, he makes no mistake. Uzbek captain Saidnurulayev is second for our opponents, and he too buries his spot kick. I apologize in advance for my pronunciation. Chongqing Tonglianglong captain Xiang Yuwang is up next, and he scores down the middle. Third for Uzbekistan is Kamirov, and finally someone slips up in this shootout. China could firmly grasp their advantage here, and Yang Haoyu steps up, but he sends it wide. Abdullayev steps up to the spot and could bring the Uzbeks back into the shootout, but once again Li Hao turns into China's hero. With a chance to seal China's semifinal spot, Wang Guohao, the only Chinese player in an European club, steps up and slams his shot into the back of the net. The Great Wall of Li Hao has just carried China into the semifinals of the U23 Asian Cup. There, we would face Vietnam. Now, although this rivalry has been historically pretty one-sided, in recent years, not so much. There was that 2-2 draw at the U16 level, they had just beaten us in the Panda Cup, and let's not forget one of Chinese football's darkest days. Losing to Vietnam in World Cup qualifiers on Lunar New Year. This was huge. Attacking-wise, the team has not been great, only 1 goal in 4 games. But at the same time, we haven't conceded a single goal so far. For once, there was a genuine belief that this team could actually win the whole thing. So here it was. China had a golden chance to get into the final. All we would have to do is beat the team that gave us so much grief in recent years. The first real chance came from Quat Van Kong's free kick, which is parried away by China's hero. Despite China dominating the ball for the first time this tournament, Vietnam would be the one with quality chances in the first half. However, the second half was a whole different story. Only 2 minutes after the restart, Peng Xiao would take the lead for China off a corner. Then, just a few minutes later, Xiang Yuwang doubles our lead with a beautiful strike. 73rd minute, China get a third, but it's ruled out for offside. We did get something though, because Pham Lai Buk got a red card for that. For the first time this tournament, China would play beautiful, free-flowing attacking football, getting chance after chance, and then in stoppage time, Wang Yudong gives us the icing on the cake. Utter destruction as the Young Dragons decimate Vietnam and move on to the final. Let me remind you, up until this point, China had only scored 1 goal in 4 games. And then against Vietnam, suddenly our team remembers the point of the game is to put the ball in the back of the net. Gee, I wonder why. In the final, we would face defending champions Japan. For once in this rivalry, there was a feeling that China might be able to pull off a win. A slim chance, but it was possible. And understandably, we had reverted back to Harambal tactics as Li Hao makes a brilliant early save. But whatever hope our fans had quickly died out as a deflection off Peng Xiao produces the first goal scored against China in the tournament. Not long after, Liu Haofan loses the ball to Ogura and he makes it 2-0. Liu Haofan's disaster class continues as his handball gives Japan a penalty, and Sato scores it. Finally, to pile on the misery, Ogura gets his second of the game off another deflection, and that was that. A 4-0 demolition, and China watched the U23 Asian Cup slip away from its grasp. Oh well, at least Li Hao is basically guaranteed to win the Golden Glove.
Wow! What was so incredible about that?
Okay. I don't mean to throw shade or anything like that, but seriously, how did Rui Araki win the Best Goalkeeper award? 4 clean sheets, he's tied with Li Hao, and yeah, Japanese fans will say he conceded fewer goals, which is true. Li Hao conceding 4 goals in the final was pretty bad, but 2 were deflections, and 1 was a penalty. What was my man supposed to do? And for anyone who watched the games, it should be clear as day who the better goalkeeper is. I mean, Li Hao made more than 4 times as many saves as Rui Araki, who isn't even in the top 10. Now, sure, saves aren't everything, that's true, but when the difference is this large, I mean, you gotta question the results. Like, there's a difference between a goalkeeper not conceding goals because they're good, and a goalkeeper not conceding goals because their defense is good. I'm not saying Rui Araki is a bad goalkeeper or anything like that, far from it, but I feel like he didn't shine as much as Li Hao did. Like, really, explain it to me. AFC criteria aside, why are people saying Rui Araki deserved this award? Oh, and the 1 goal Araki conceded was one that Li Hao would have eaten up any day of the week. Okay, explain something to me. How did this goalkeeper win the Best Keeper award? And how did this goalkeeper not win the Best Keeper award? Back on topic, I mean, I don't want to get too caught up in negativity because overall, this has been a fantastic performance for China. The team obliterated any expectations I had. I mean, at the start of the tournament, I would have been happy just to make the knockouts. Safe to say, we went well beyond that. Now for player performances, and to get the negatives out of the way first, Liu Haofan. This guy is so overrated. I have no idea why he's vice-captain of the team. The dude talks way too much and doesn't back it up, especially in that final. In fact, most of the defense hasn't really stepped up. I mean, they left Li Hao way too exposed. Li Hao has been so busy every single game, facing shots left, right, and center. What were they doing? But again, to not get stuck in negativity, let's go on to the good performers. Wang Yudong, in terms of goal contributions, he was a bit more quiet, but no one can deny his quality. Wang Yudong was basically the creative outlet for China, and his low goal numbers this time around shouldn't take away from everything he does for the attack. Meanwhile, Kuai Jiwen also had a good performance while also not having the most flattering stats. Behram Abdueli, while he hasn't been great this tournament, he is still a vital presence in the team. Just his presence and aerial ability alone draws defenders to him, letting everyone else in the team shine. Too bad our attack barely scored anything until the semifinals. Xiang Yuwang, Chongqing Tonglianglong Starboy probably took a bit of a hit to his confidence during the qualifying campaign, so seeing him score that golazo was nice. Hopefully he brings this kind of form when his chance comes for the senior team. Xu Bin was also a pretty reliable anchor in midfield, and his performances were good enough to earn a totally not influenced move to Wolves. So good luck to him. And finally, I've saved the best for last, Li Hao. While last year's U23 Asian Cup was Wang Yudong's tournament, this time it was Li Hao's breakthrough competition. I genuinely cannot understate just how good Li Hao was, and his performances almost single-handedly carried us to a runner-up finish. He may not have won the Best Keeper award, but he's the winner in my heart. With his form, I would be very surprised if a move abroad doesn't materialize in a few years at most. And more importantly, finally, the senior team found a successor to Wang Dalei. With this crop of talent, even though we fell short of the ultimate prize, the hope that Chinese fans have waited on for so long is finally here. With our national team hitting rock bottom back in June, today it feels like nothing but blue skies ahead. At least, that's how I feel. What do you think? How do you rate the future of China's national team? Let me know down in the comments. If you like this video, like and subscribe, turn on notifications, follow my Instagram and my Twitter, yada yada yada, and I'll see you next time. Take care.